I got this board shaped in like 2015 maybe. This thing is old. So there's a thing, durability. You can see it has some places where there have been dings fixed in here. This was a very dumb ding. This is how you get dings mostly, which is you stupidly put another board on top of your surfboard while you're driving in a van, and it bumps and the other board sticks into the bottom of your surfboard. You know, you get dings like surfing too, but they're mostly like apartments, cars, things like that. You can see the fins are like a little bit shaved down from surfing over rocks and shore breaks and things like that. But it's pretty durable. The board's still working. So I said in the other video that this board in particular, it's a 5.6. It's really wide, has a lot of volume. I don't know what the volume is. There are other videos where I talk about volumes versus hole dimensions. I don't even know the whole dimensions of this board. I just know it's 5.6. I could measure it if I wanted to. It has a lot of volume. I call it my big wave fish, and I was saying it's not good in small waves. It's kind of slow because it's heavy, but it works well for punching down the wave in like larger surf. This board has been in a lot of tubes. And I went and surfed this board in Dominical after I made the other video, and it was funny because the waves were kind of small, but the board went really well. And I was like, wow, this thing is like faster than I thought. And works, but here's the thing. Then I went and surfed it again at a mushier beach break, and it's just this thicker, heavier board with the glass-on fins, which are also a bit heavier. It doesn't work as well, it doesn't fly over the surface of the wave as something like an epoxy fish would, which I have not yet covered in a video, but will be in another video. I've talked about epoxy or EPS versus PU. This board is PU. Which is a little heavier and sits in the water. Another thing that's unique about this board is just how knifey the rails are, and it has this kind of flat deck, so that allows it to like really roll on its side. But for the most part, this board just gets in a waves well and holds a straight line really well, where it can get into a tube and out of a tube, just like how you need a board to do. If, like, it does turns well, does cutbacks well, hits the end section well, does floaters. But once the waves get mushy, this particular board is not that great. Whereas in my other fish videos, the striped fish, the yellow fish, those are more versatile. I explain the differences of those boards, and they travel better because they have fin systems, so they don't have to live in one location. They're more all around, where I wouldn't necessarily, like this board lives here in Costa Rica just because it's old in my quiver, and it's something I can always pop in the car if the waves are a little bigger than I thought that they were going to be, or you never like really know how big it's going to be. So if there's like a lot, like if here in Costa Rica I'm surfing near Dominical River mouth and there's a lot of water moving, and the waves can even appear small, but if there's a lot of water moving, I might want some more foam just to beat those rip currents, get under the bubble, and get into the tube, and hopefully get out of the tube. But gotta say, this old trusty board shaped by Joe Falcone out of Rockaway Beach, who, from my understanding, is no longer shaping boards. He's more focused on his business. It's like a t-shirt business. And he's gotten really into fishing, so he's not doing too much shaping anymore. But he was trained by the famous surf filmmaker Andrew Kidman, because, funny story, Andrew Kidman's wife, Michelle, is from Queens, New York. So this board does kind of connect through Joe, through Andrew Kidman, to some of the work that Andrew has done with surfers like Derek Hind, and even Tom Curran, making his famous films Litmus and Glass Love, which I highly recommend to anybody really into that more beautiful, graceful, flowing style of surfing. Honestly, Litmus came out in 1996, and it was the first time, besides the 1993, I think, Rip Curl Search video with Tom Curran. Maybe he wrote a fish, but maybe he didn't write a fish till the Litmus in 96, and it just changed. One of the big origin stories behind why I like writing fishes was seeing Litmus by Andrew Kidman, where Tom Curran and Derek Hind ride fishes that have actually glass-on keel fins, it turns out. So it's like connects me to surfing history, and this board has been in and out of lots of tubes, including today. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe. Love you forever if you like and subscribe. Watch my other videos. That's really cool. And if you want to know more about coaching and all things that I do, just go over to my website. Everything lives there. Archives of these videos live there. Get over there.